Fernando Amorsolo, 1892 to 1972, labeled the country's first national artist in 1972 by then-President Marcos. Fernando Amorsolo is often known as the Grand Old Man of Philippine art. The Spanish trend realized developed a backlighting technique where his colorful depiction of local people reflect the radiance of the Philippine sun. The figures and illuminated landscape magically glow on the canvas. Amorsolo's creativity defines the nation's culture and heritage to this day. Fernando Amorsolo art is fruit gatherer. The women have a rounded face. The eyes are exceptionally lively, not the dreamy, sleepy type that characterize the Mongolian. The nose are in blunt form but firm and strongly marked. It has an organic shape, for example, leaves and flower. The value in art is essentially how light or dark something is on a scale of white to black, with white being the highest value and black being the lowest value. The pen shows the many different values of the same hue. Benedicto Cabrera, 1942 present. Cabrera is the best-selling commercial painter of this generation and a prominent head of the local contemporary art scene. He studied under Jose Joya at the University of the Philippines and received his degree in fine arts in 1963. His fruitful career has spanned 5 decades. He currently resides in the Chile Northern Hill Station of Baguio, where he established his own 4-level Bencab Museum on Asian Road that features an eclectic selection of indigenous artifacts, personal works, and an overwhelming collection of paintings from contemporary Philippine art. Cabrera art named Sabel and Gold, a major subject that recurs through Bencab's work through the decades, inspired by a real-life scavenger. He photographed and sketched in 1965. The Sabel image has become the artist's vehicle for the transmission of intensely emotional moods. When pushed to the limits of abstraction, the Sabel image served as a fertile ground of the investigation of shape and structure. Juan Lona de San Pedro Novecio Anchita was a Filipino painter, sculptor, and a political activist of the Philippine Revolution during the late 19th century. He became one of the first recognized Philippine artists. The Spoliarium is a painting by Filipino painter Juan Lona. Lona, working on canvas, spent 8 months completing the painting, which depicts dying gladiators. The painting was submitted by Lona to the Exposition Nacional de Bellas Artes in 1884 in Madrid, where it garnered the first gold medal. Spoliarium provides a historical perspective enabling us to interrogate the present whose deliberate forgetfulness is the source and cause of our country's wants.
Ang Kyukuk, born in Davao City, March 1, 1931, day May 9, 2005, Ang Kyukuk, an ethnic Chinese painter who studied under Vicente Manansala, attained prominence for an expressionist style that fused Cubist, Surrealist, and Expressionist aspect into the unique personal aesthetic. Kyukuk has been called one of the most dynamic figures in the contemporary Philippine art. Thinking Man, this powerful painting showing a seated human figure being rose in the truth of set against an energetic crimson background is the quintessential Ang Kyukuk, one of the leading light of Philippine figurative expressionism. The painting is a highly charged presentation to contrast which is achieved by rendition of the pictorial space as a smooth surface. This abase the textured application of paint on the subject. The inner struggle that is presented here goes beyond the literal. Agnes Arellano, 1949, born to family in the prominence, male architect. Sculptress Agnes Arellano is the best known from her seriously and expressionist work in plaster, borsta cold cast marble. Her sculptures highlight the female body and draw from themes surrounding sexuality, religion, and mysticism. Agnes retributes her works and landscape that insert internal unity among the various elements in her installation and sculptures. Her works explore then the creation and destruction and the cycles alive from birth to death. Arcas Cornucopia is part of the myth of creation and destruction. Landscape. This work show how from death and destruction life can come forth. It depicts the rather morbid scenes of hope. A female carcass hung up of split open, while from her turned body emerges an infant. Pasita Abad, 1946-2004, born in the northern island of Batanes. The internationally revered artist from obtained a degree of political science of the University of the Philippines. Her staunch activism against the Marcos regime in the 1970s led her to move to San Francisco to in Italy study law, but found her true calling with art. Pasita created the unique technique called trapanto, where she stitches and stamps her band canvases with a wide range and materials such as cloth, metal beads, bottom, silks, glass and ceramics to give her work a three-dimensional look. Pasita has participated in over 60 exhibitions across the United States, Latin America, and Europe. She is known to have worked on more than 5,000 pieces of art, her masterwork being Alcaf Bridge, Singapore, a 55 meters bridge converted in over 2,000 colorful circles. It was completed a few months before she passed away from lung cancer in 2004. Alcaf Bridge. Alcaf was named after a prominent Arabian family. The Alcaf, who were among the wealthiest in Singapore during the early 20th century. The bird was built in 1997 as part of the Urban Redevelopment Authority's URA plan to create the promenade along the boat bank of the Singapore River. The bridge completed in 1999 is one of the three footbridges, Alcaf Bridge. Robertson Bridge or Jack Kim Bridge, built at Robertson Way to improve the pedestrian connectivity between the two river banks. It was painted by the internationally acclaimed visual artist Pasita Abad. The Alcaf Bridge, featuring the artwork of Filipina artist Pasita Abad, has become a landmark of Singapore tourism and art science. It is a vibrant symbol of the close cooperation of the friendship between Singapore and the Philippines.
Napoleon Abueva, 1930-2018, noted as the father of modern Filipino sculpture. Abueva attended the University of the Philippines with Hoya and was mentored by noted sculptor Guillermo Tolentino. At the age of fine art, born in Bohol, is also the youngest National Artist Awardee, appointed by then President Marcos at the age of 46. His expertise was seen in wide array of material such as hardwood, adobe, steel, cement, marble, and bronze. Kaganapan is a work by Napoleon Abueva. His sculpture made out of marble in 1952 while was still studying at the University of the Philippines. This sculpture won grand prize in the Art Association of Philippines annual competition. kaganapan literally interprets the female reproductive function as the fulfillment for women. Historians say that kaganapan is among Abeba's work that were inspired by Romanian artists. Constantine Brancuse's art, this sculpture, they say, takes inspiration from Brancusi's abstract Malastra. Jose Hoya, 1931-1995, a Filipino pioneer of abstract expressionism, multimedia painter. Jose Hoya uses bold and variant colors with a variety of painting techniques, layering, loss, impasto, stroke, and controlled drifts. His harmonious color are influenced by the Philippine landscape and tropical wildlife. His mastery lies in textural painting, where the paint is applied spontaneously on canvas, sometimes direct out of the tube or through the use broad stroke with brushes. His most notable painting from 1935, called Grenadian Arabesque, is a large-scale yellow-wood mural that features cluster of sand and impasto. It can be viewed at the Ateneo Art Gallery in Manila. The Grenadian Arabesque, a masterpiece by national artist Jose Hoya, is a horizontal abstract painting which showcases different shades of yellow and feature broad stroke and swipe of impasto mixed with sand. Isabelio Veloso Abeba, known as Napoleon Abeba, this national artist of the Philippines, was born on January 26, 1930 at Tagbilaran City. He has studied with University of Bohol, University of the Philippines, Diliman, and Harvard University. Abeba died on February 16, 2018 due to kidney problem. This Figaro, Pegasus, and Tamarao, this monument sculpture drew its inspiration from the call to arms by then President Fidel Valdez Ramos, the Filipino people, to meet the new millennium with courage and optimism, fortified by a vision termed by PVR as Philippines 2000. His work of art really expressed this passion and dedication, which is, you look at it, brings message of hope and love. Devotion to one endeavors is one of the many, but is beyond compare.
Victorio Candido Idiaz was a Filipino painter. He led the revolutionary 13 moderns who engaged their classical compatriots in heated debate over the nature and function of art. He was named a national artist in 1976. Victorio Candido Idiaz was a Filipino painter. Idiaz emerged as the father of modern Philippine painting. Unlike Amor Solo, bright, sunny, cheerful hues, Idiaz's colors were dark and somber with subject matter or themes depicting laborers, factory workers, or the simple folk in all their dirt, sweat, and grime. The sketch in 1928, oil on canvas buying Victorio Idiaz's painting, while it drew outcries from the conservative public, it gave Idiaz artistic direction he was looking for, deviating from the academic style, while retaining some of its characteristics. He executed two paintings in 1928. The sketch, also called The Artist and His Model, and The Builders.